A few moments later.
Beyond betray. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
It's been, what? It's been like 2 weeks? 2 weeks. I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote? In 2 weeks, I went from the highest high to being unemployed. Lost my job last night, got a phone call. The repercussions of what Elon Musk are doing with the USAID has real repercussions for real people. For the last 7 years, I have been a shift lead on Project Bus, where we studied to find out if the wheels on the bus went round around or not. And all of a sudden, Elon, who's not even elected, gets in, and I'm out of a job. What do I tell my family? What do I tell my kids? This isn't a joke. This USAID stuff is not a joke, man. It's affecting real people. And the worst part is, what if we never figure out? What if we never figure out if in fact the wheels on the bus do go round and round?
I lost my job because of Trump. I didn't even see this coming. I've been working on this project for well over 4 or 5 years now. And I was so close to figuring out the dilemma of pairing of socks to help everyone. I'm sorry.
You serious?
Let me try again. Hold on. I don't know how y'all are keeping a straight face. You guys, we were so so close. We just needed one more year. One more year, we would have had that sock pairing down.
Nearly 6,000 veterans have already lost their jobs and been terminated from federal service at an unprecedented rate, and will all enter the civilian workforce with less protections. While my time is limited, I just wanted to say this. This isn't subjective. This is evidence. This is evidence in less than 2 months. This administration has proved itself to be the most anti-veteran administration ever. What's going on is just not right on so many levels.
Yeah, you called it the most anti-veterans administration in history.
It is. I mean, there's almost 6,000 veterans that are terminated. It was just reported today that 80,000 VA employees are going to be terminated. They have the most amount of veterans. It shows you that the billionaires are the ones who matter, you know, and they're going to step on anybody to get them what they want. So it's unfortunate, but a lot of people are going to suffer.
Joe from Georgia. So breaking news on more firings in the federal government. And the way they did it today is going to have a pretty big impact on all the veterans in the United States of America.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
80,000 employees of Veterans Affairs are going to be terminated according to an internal memo within the department. Well, If anybody knows what Veterans Affairs does and the services that they provide, number one, just VA appointments even, to help their health care, to put them through career programs, to help them adjust to normal daily lives after they leave the military. I know, because I went through it after I left the military. But one of the worst things about it, those people who are getting fired, a vast majority of those people, guess what they did before they worked for Veterans Affairs? They were United States military veterans.
No! God, please, no! No!
I worked with these people all the time when I was an instructor at the Signal School at Fort Gordon, Georgia. These people were retired military veterans who took the civilian jobs on and worked for years and did an excellent job. And now they're going to get fired. So not only do they lose their careers, they lose the ability to get quick services through Veterans Affairs. That's what we're doing, taking a sledgehammer to everything possible and destroying it. And as a military veteran, I hope I don't have to call anybody anytime soon about a veteran question.
You guys go this way?
Excuse me, everybody. On this side.
How did it feel when Murkowski threw you out?
Everybody move, please. Everybody keep
I'm not worried about me.
It's been an emotional roller coaster. I came to USA intending on staying there for as long as I could. I really loved the work that we were doing, and now I don't know what to do. And I have cried every day. I think that that's normal. I have a 15-month-old at home, and I'm looking at him and thinking, well, what's this country that we're now living in?
No better word than stupid. Right? There is none.
I've been telling myself I'm not going to cry today because I don't want to give them that satisfaction. I think a lot of hurt and disrespect. The way that this was done was very dehumanizing. You can disagree with what we may have been doing on a political standpoint, but we're people and we're humans. And the confusion with the emails, the tone of the emails we were receiving didn't seem to take that into account. And so it's just, you have people who dedicated their entire lives to this, and now you've got 15 minutes to clear out your office. And the amount of security, DHS officers that are in there, the measures of security we had to go through to a building we used to work in is incredibly disrespectful. And I think, again, people seem to forget that we're not just faceless bureaucrats, we're actually people who have family, who have plans, who had aspirations, and now I just watched my career plan kind of go up in flames.
USAID staff were asked to go into the building for 15 minutes to collect their belongings. They haven't been allowed in the building in a couple of weeks. Many of them had left shoes and pens and knickknacks from all of their travels, and I'm out here to support their work.
I don't think we're lazy, government employees. I think we actually do a huge amount of work on behalf of the taxpayer. And I personally always thought about the fact that we were using taxpayer resources, like everything that I did. I just never would have expected, again, when we last left this building, that we would be walking back in, under these circumstances.
I think also a decent bit of shock. This is happening, this is real. I'm going to leave this building and never walk in again.
It was really sinking in.
Yeah, it's very final.
A Trump supporter has just lost their job directly because of Donald Trump's policies, and they are in a state of confusion. They are reaching out to Donald Trump for help and thinking that this should not have happened to them. Take a look at this. This person says, my wife is a nurse and was recently hired by the VA. Our home is packed up. We have a new home, spent thousands to move from Fort Worth to Waco. Following Trump's hiring freeze, the VA rescinded her job offer. Now look at what's highlighted. We are all huge Trump supporters, and I know this was an unintended consequence.
Yeah, boy.
What do you mean it was unintended? Did they really believe that Donald Trump could create policies that would only affect non-Trump voters, that somehow Trump voters wouldn't be caught up in all of this? This is the find out phase. This is exactly what you voted for, someone who would sow chaos. And it's not just going to affect the people you don't like, it will affect you too. And now all I can think is that this guy and his family are singing, I never thought.
No!
So Trump just hit the NIH, or the National Institute of Health, with a freeze on hiring, funding, meeting, communicating, and this is devastating for science. This heavily impacts the research field, which I am a part of. NIH is the backbone of biomedical research in the United States. It funds critical studies, supports scientists, and drives innovation that saves lives. These policies are going to have far-reaching consequences. Imagine a world where scientists cannot convene. They can't attend conferences to share groundbreaking discovery. Their labs are short-staffed because these hiring freezes are preventing critical roles from being filled. Science doesn't happen in a vacuum. Working together is the heart of progress. These actions are jeopardizing early career scientists. Many rely on NIH grants to fund their work. If those grants get delayed or reduced, it can push brilliant young minds out of science altogether. These restrictions aren't harming just scientists. They hurt patients. NIH-funded research leads to innovative care, treatments, and maybe even cures for countless diseases. When we undermine the NIH, we're gambling with lives. Science needs support, not roadblocks. It breaks my heart to see an attack on research, an attack on science, an attack on public health. I've never understood the purpose behind this, but I'm sure it's not ethical. For now, we're just worried and waiting.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, your turn, go!
I hereby state that I...
Yes!
I...
Yes!
I...
Ah!
Yes! 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 Yes!
I'm really starting to regret my vote. Don't pretend you didn't know it was going to go like this. Everyone knew. Wasn't expecting him to be anti-cancer funding. This is the exact same party who campaigned on defunding the Department of Education. This is the exact same party who year after year after year refuses to fund free school lunches for children. This is the exact same party who voted against removing BPAs, a known carcinogenic, out of baby bottles. And you are surprised that they're against funding cancer research? I mean, it's the Republicans. They're trying to actively get rid of the polio vaccine. Your party is anti-intellectual. They do not like science, and you're surprised that they don't want to fund cancer research? Your guys' party is against any social programs for absolutely anyone. They don't want to help anyone or anything except themselves. You have voted billionaires into office, and you are surprised that they don't want to fund cancer research. Wow, this is the biggest, funniest, most bestest FAFO moment, isn't it?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
When you guys are crawling back simply because you're realizing, oh my gosh, voting for that man was absolutely... Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my faces again. Thank you.
Be gone, fuck!
Hello. I was a federal worker who had 1 month left of her probationary period, and today I was told that I will be terminated at some point this week. I'm utterly devastated. I'm confused because my recent performance evaluation was exceptional and I got upwards of $1,500 as a bonus because my performance was so good. And this was my dream job, and it's just being taken away by an administration who doesn't care about science. It doesn't care about people who might be homeless with their dog now. They don't care about our species that we're trying to conserve. That's exactly what my job was doing. It was just to assess habitat conservation for species for a 55-year habitat conservation plan. We should all be so mad right now. We should all be crying like this because I'm just devastated.
A few moments later.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.